I'm Peter Shapiro.
And I'm Stuart Shapiro, and we're based in Havertown, Pennsylvania.
And if you can't tell already, we're brothers.
Clearly, good genes running in our family.
Very attractive.
Thank you, man. We're here today seeking $250,000 for a 6% equity stake in our company,
Blendi Blends!
Sharks. Traditionally, if you only have 60 seconds between meetings or before your shift starts, limited time can restrict your options to standard vending machines.
Chips and a soda, candy and an energy drink, that won't keep the Blendi Bros running for long.
No, it won't. The future of food is unattended retail. Introducing Blendi Blends, a fun and interactive smoothie kiosk that makes real fruit smoothies with no artificial flavors,
No preservatives.
and no added sugar.
And what about lactose and gluten?
No way, Stu.
Choose one of our 16-ounce blends, tap your card, that's it. It's like picking fruit from a tree and putting it in a blender yourself.
It also makes delicious, clean label iced coffee.
It's like having an automated smoothie shop in just 12 square feet.
So, Sharks, who's ready to come on a smooth ride with us? Because
All's well that blends well.
so, Sharks,
All right, so I love the idea, but I have a lot of questions about where can we put this? Who's going to stock it with the fruit? How does it work? Is it really making a smoothie? I mean, because I love smoothies, absolutely love them. But are we what's that, Juicero? Is this a Juicero thing? I hope it's not a Juicero thing. But they said no preservatives. It's just real fruit. So somebody's got to get that fruit. Somebody's got to stock that fruit in there. It almost, I don't want to say it sounds too good to be true, but like I'm hoping it's not too good to be true. But I know that at the end we are going to check out their website, Stu. And I didn't get your name. I got to hit home. What's the play button? Oh, it is Peter. Oh, okay. It sounded like Peter said something other than Peter, but so yes, Stuart and Peter, we're gonna check out your website, your social media at the end, and we're gonna feature one of your comments from the super community down below in the comment section below this video. You should go check it out. We talk about a lot of different things down there. Anyway, let's go check out how the magic works. I'm super interested in this.
some samples. First is our coffee bean Bleni. So that is made from oat milk, real coffee.
This is really amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's very
really
sweet.
tasty.
What does it have as a sweetener?
Just regular sugar in that one.
I love it.
It's a real
Guys,
cold brew
there's
mix
no
of
added
Arabica
sugar
beans.
in the mango tropical
So there's
Bleni?
in the fruits, we have no added
So
sugar
it's
whatsoever.
just the fructose.
That is just
So
the
it's just the mix.
Very good.
Wow.
Thank you.
Do you
Thank
guys process the fruit yourself or you buy the pouches?
So they're proprietary blends. They're aseptically packaged in bags, so they're actually shelf stable.
We have manufacturers. We have 3 facilities in the United States that package it for us. We didn't want something that was refrigerated. We didn't want something that was frozen.
How long have you been doing this?
So
and
we-
where are you guys from and how did you put
I
this
was happy to
together?
tell you
He said
about this.
Havertown.
So
Come
we
on.
both have business backgrounds. We grew up near Philadelphia. We really wanted to go out and be entrepreneurs. So we got into real estate. And one day I just kind of was looking on and I was like, oh my God, there's this whole new world of unattended retail that hasn't been tapped yet.
And that's when Peter called me late that night. He's like, I found it. So we were introduced to this product. We ended up flying up to Canada, seeing a prototype. Within a few weeks, we had negotiated for the exclusive rights to the U.S.
So you guys are a licensee with exclusive rights only to the United States.
Correct.
For the life of the patent.
And how many years are left on the patent?
15.
15 left.
So you already have them in place. What's your busiest one? What are your revenues? How much does each?
Hold on, before we get there, it sounds like we're talking about Juicero here, but in a vending machine format. Which, if that's I think the rub, if I remember correctly, with Juicero was that people were upset that it was literally just a press, and it wasn't pressing magic out of a bag or doing anything proprietary to said bag or with said bag. It just literally was squeezing the bag for you and cost, I don't know, $400, $500, something like that. So, I mean, if that's the case with this, I mean, I guess, you could offset some of that cost as long as the vending machine doesn't cost too much. And then I'm kind of curious as to what kind of rights do they have to sell it in America? Do they have certain territories that they're allowed to sell or not allowed to sell? Obviously we're gonna get to the bottom of that.
Them produce.
So we have 41 of these out in the market. We have 20 more in our warehouse that just got delivered.
So what's your most prolific of your 41? How many does it make a day?
So it does about 8,000 a month.
Wow.
Yes, and we sell about
8,000 units or $8,000?
$8,000.
Would you have a service entity going in and refilling it all the time?
We can either have our team, they'll actually run it day to day, and we own the machine. Then we have a program where we sell that machine to the location. Then they buy the fruit from us, and in perpetuity, like you always like, Mr. Wonderful, we're
So they
making
have
money.
to buy the fruit because it's packaged in a
We
proprietary
own the
way.
entire supply chain.
What does one smoothie cost?
$5.25
On average.
on average. The cost of
not
goods
bad.
sold is blended $1.40.
Okay, so $5 basically cost you guys $1.40, but then you've got either commission that you're paying to the host. Tell us about the
typically
economics of a
Maintenance
location.
costs and personnel.
Right,
you know.
all
So
the above,
typically,
right?
a large food service company will come to us. We give them 15% for them to take care of it.
Elaborate on that. Like, you mean an Aramark or a Cisco?
Exactly.
So we work with
we have a
Aramark,
master
Sodexo.
contract.
You already do?
We already do.
In 2021, what were your revenues and your profits?
So we started in 2020, we did $10,000. 2021, we did $275,000, and then year to date, it was $465,000.
We're on track to be at least $1.5 million.
Nice growth.
We're here, we've put all of the money into it. We've been purchasing all of the machines ourselves.
How much
But
does each
just-
machine
So,
cost?
yeah,
So each machine costs $19,500.
Oh.
And then we sell it for 30. So when we actually sell it, we're looking at a profit of 35%.
So is my money getting tied up in the capex of the machines? Because you're asking me for $250,000 for 6%.
correct?
correct.
To buy
More
fruit
machines
and
and
more
fruit.
machines.
So you actually
Okay, so that's
manufacture them.
I mean, the person that owns the patent is overseas, and they're handling manufacturing right now. We also added it into our contract that at any point we can buy all the IP and the patent and then bring manufacturing somewhere else.
Okay, and what is that price?
$4 million.
Whoa.
wow. Yeah, that is always get the pause. So yeah, that okay, $4 million there for them to be able to buy. I mean, if that price is locked in, you know, and they can get that, say, in 2 to 4 years, maybe 5 years, and it's still $4 million. Not like, oh well, you know, yesterday's price is not today's price. So we're not doing it. If you guys have built it into a big business, you know, part of the problem that you can run into is, depending who that manufacturer is, who's got deeper pockets, right? To be able to fight this. I was watching, you know, the story of Nike is a really interesting one. If you haven't watched or understand the history of Nike, they ran into a similar issue with this with their Japanese footwear maker before before it became Nike and went the route it did. You know, they had this Japanese footwear maker who kind of like, you know, we'll sell some extras to them, and we're not really that big, and it's not that big, we're not really that concerned. And eventually, once it got big enough, they pulled the rug out from under them and just started selling direct, and that became a problem real quick because overnight they didn't have a supplier anymore for their shoe brand. I can't remember the name of the business that they had prior to it being called Nike, but and going all in on making their own shoes, not just, you know, kind of improving upon this other company. And I can't even recall that name, but that's not the important part. Go check out the story. You know, I think when you're tying up, look, you're making 35% on the machine, which is good. But they said each machine is doing like 8,000 a month. I mean, 8 times 12, 80,000. So like $960,000, right? A year. So you're in theory you'll be net positive after just 1 year on a machine, which is great, right? That's a solid move for anybody who's going to buy the machine from you. And they already have the stuff someplace. I think their valuation isn't crazy. But I think the valuation that they came in with, $250 for 6%, I think really there's like that's putting some of the risk on the Sharks that like this is going to continue to go in an upward trajectory. But I love the fact that they have a packaging process that's not frozen. It doesn't according to them, doesn't have preservatives or anything like that in it. So I think that there's some value in that alone. You're not having to have it refrigerated from packaging, from packaging to delivery to the machine running a refrigerator built in. I mean, maybe there's some refrigeration to it, but not to the point of freezing it and keeping it frozen. So I think there's something there. But you got to sell a lot of smoothies, and but they have the contracts with like the Aramarks of the world, which is great because Aramark is really big. Well, I know they're really big all over the place, but they're really big in the Philadelphia area. So shout out to the Philly boys. I'm South Jersey right here. It's the families. I still got family in South Philly. So let's go. Let's get you guys, Peter, Stu. Let's get you on the show here. So drop a comment down below and make that happen.
Do you guys have any performance requirements where you've got to buy X number of units or you lose it?
Correct. Yes.
What are those?
So for this year, we have to 80 machines, which we've already ordered and done. Then do 100 more for the following year.
So 81 year, 100 the next year.
120 the following
120 the following.
Yeah.
Is there a point where there's a cap on it and you don't have to hit that anymore?
Currently, we don't have a cap in there because our goal would be to get that IP.
We want to keep the Bleni brand. That's what we're really growing. We want to become a brand that everyone knows.
All right, guys, look. What I don't like about this deal for me is the CapEx on the machines, the $19,000. If there was a way that I could invest in the bags, that's interesting. But the curse of this is the CapEx on the machines, and for that reason, I'm out.
We have everything in this. Stuart has sold his house, and he lives in my house. Stuart and I personally have put $1.2 million into this project.
You're all in. Good for you guys.
We've sold all that real estate
Are
we
you
did.
taking salary?
No, we're not taking salaries.
All right, guys. My general thoughts is I think this is brilliant. The stuff tastes amazing.
Thank you.
Great.
But the fact that you are actually using another person's product where things happen, you may not hit those numbers. You're not in control of that. This is heavy cash intensive as well. I don't know if I'm that comfortable with you having a license from somebody else. So with that, I'm out.
Goes back to the Nike story, right? You don't know, like, who's got deeper pockets to fight the battle. If they, it's like, oh man, this blending thing is really taking off. All of a sudden it's like, yeah, we don't really need you anymore. We'll just go and do it ourselves. I mean, it would be, devastating, right? I mean, look, you have Stuart and Peter, they are all in, that not an insignificant amount of money, selling real estate or not. That is a tremendous amount of money and dedication put into a business that isn't a franchise. They are clearly risk takers, because even though they haven't developed the product, like, they could have taken that 1.2 million and go invest in a couple of franchise. I mean, Primo's Hoagies, like, they could have some Primo. There's one opening up down the street from me. It's like, you could do that, right? And maybe it costs $125,000 to $200,000 to get that up and running, your first location, and then $100,000 to $150,000 per subsequent location. And that's just a guess, right? I'm not pulling that number, from anywhere, but other than experience in looking at franchising and stuff like that. But I want to say, the upside for them is so much bigger with this opportunity, but again, the risk is so intense, and that's why Damon's like, yeah, I don't know that I want to tie up that much money in vending machines and have to meet those demands and then maybe get screwed out of it later on. And when we're only talking about 6%, look, we see it every time, right? When you ask for more than 250,000 and up, 300,000 and up, the odds, especially when you're looking at like 5, 6, even 10%, the odds of the Sharks wanting to get in on it is so low, but it's consumable, right? And the great thing is, once somebody tastes it, they're on it, and they're going to keep doing it. Speaking of vending machines, quick side note, we were at a place that had a cotton candy vending machine where it actually spun the cotton candy into shapes, and which was really cool to see. And my kids absolutely loved it. Of course, They didn't end up eating most of the cotton candy. I did because they stopped about halfway through, and I didn't have a bag to put it in because it just comes on a stick. But really cool. Like, it seems like it should be a simple thing, but I'm sure it's much more complicated to put that machine together. Because I mean, it made a heart out of cotton candy. So, and a rainbow pattern and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. So there's a lot of neat tech in going on, and I think this is pretty neat, even if it is a prepackaged product in a bag.
Thank you, Damon.
Guys, I get pitched self-service, food, this or that, every single day. There's huge amount of risk in terms of technological obsolescence. If something better comes along, you're still stuck. That's really scary for me as an investor, so for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay, that's not true. But if you have a great tasting product, I don't. It's a smoothie, right? Like, I guess if there was a way to like freeze not freeze like as in cold, but like freeze freeze fruits in a way that you could put it in the machine and have the machine like crush it right in front of you. All of a sudden, your like package bag thing doesn't maybe look as appealing as like, hey, look, watch this. It drops the banana down, peels the banana. Well, first off, it takes off its banana hat. Then it it peels the banana in front of you, drops it in, cooks the apple, like slices it up in front of you. Like if you had a machine do all that, now this thing probably would break a lot because there's a lot of moving parts in there. But I feel like something like that could work if you had it like at a restaurant. Like you think about how much time it takes to make a smoothie, even for a restaurant setting. It takes what, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Like if you could outsource that to a vending machine and then have like your core like counter at a quick service, maybe at an airport or somewhere at a mall or something. It's like you have that next to or across the way. So it's like, oh, you want a smoothie, go over there to our machine and it'll make you that smoothie in 30 seconds. I could see the value in that. It may be taking away some of the Bleni opportunity, but I don't know. A great tasting product is a great tasting product. Candy bar machines are still candy bar machines because they serve up candy bars, even healthy snacks or whatever, but they're still basically the same delivery systems, and those haven't been obsoleted.
So listen, guys, these were phenomenal.
Thank you.
Honestly, phenomenal. I was talking with my fellow shark, Daniel, who, he happens to know quite a bit about the entire food space.
Yes, he does.
For me, it's going to be a very sharky offer because I'm very concerned about this. It's just going to require from my team a ton of investment to help you. So I would only do this for 35% of the company. Wow. No, because it's not the money. It's not the money. I'm going to put in millions of dollars of my team's time and my time.
All of our years of expertise and connections is going to cost something, right? And I would like to do it with Daniel.
I think
it will cost to have partners like this.
So $250,000 for 35%, you get 2 sharks. What do you guys say?
You better counter back, boys. Come on, don't let them walk all over you, Philly boys. Come on.
Daniel for their smoothie vending 5% of much big.
You are both behemoths. We realize that. Stuart and I can put in the grit. I promise you. Would you do the deal for 15%?
No way.
No.
I wouldn't do it for 34%. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be, it's a firm deal. It's 35%. It's not that I'm going to be a tough person. It's just that I know this is going to be so much work.
You got to make a decision.
I think 35 is a lot to ask for having already
Why don't
put in.
you two talk amongst yourselves real quick and think about how you'd feel if you walked away without a deal?
We've taken all of the risk. We've done this. I think 35 is a lot to ask. Can you come down at all from 35? I mean, I think that's a lot.
I can't because it's just going to be a tremendous amount of work.
Would you do it less?
And no, I agree because I think the two of us together is the perfect
we want the two of you together.
for
Is there
you.
any chance you're doing a deal for 35%, yes or no?
And counter with some more money. Like you guys are in a position where you've put everything on the line. One of them sold their house. That's no small order, right? they're real estate agents, so they, probably, didn't have to get commission on it at all. But that is a lot of money that could be recouped. I would if you're not willing to come at 35%, or they're not coming off 35%, and you're not wanting to give up 35%, which totally understandable. I think you push for more money, to recoup some, take a piece, because you don't know where this journey is going to end tomorrow, right? Like again, that's this company that makes these Bleni vending machines could come in tomorrow and be like, yeah, thanks for getting all the publicity, thanks for getting on Shark Tank, we really appreciate that, and then bam, they got a competing product, and they're hitting it up real hard, and they don't care about any contract because they probably have the money to fight it if they can produce $20,000 vending machines that you're selling for 30-some thousand. So
would you do 35% with a $500,000 line of credit?
$1 million line of credit?
No.
So we do 35% for $250,000, and subject to us confirming that everything you said is as it is, we'll give you a $500,000 line of credit.
I'm good with that.
The two of you are our dreams. We love
you. We love everything.
Daniel. You have a deal.
All right. Gotta get it done. At least you push back for something. Taking a sip. You check out their website in a second here.
So we gave away 35%, which was a lot more than we intended to, but we understand, like the famous line that Mark always says, you'd rather have a little bit of a watermelon than just 100% of a grape.
Yeah, that is true. So let's check out their website, guys. I would love to drive over to Havertown and do an interview in person, or if you meet me, let's meet at a cheesesteak place. It's gonna be warm out here. We'll go Gino's or Pat's or it's Jim's on South open yet? That's my place. Anyway, let's check out the website. So we got all's well that blends well. So I'm guessing this is more of a B2B type of site. I mean, I'm not really, I want to see more people, faces. I'm always about the faces. So I like the fact that we got a video here showing somebody enjoying the product. So they got strawberry banana Bleni. Yeah, that's definitely right up my alley. Tropical Bleni, green power Bleni. I think one of the things that you're going to have to get through with these is the education process of really driving home that this isn't just a bunch of sugar in a bag and is going to taste as good as you want it to, right? You want it to taste really great. But no, it's a neat thing. And if it is just dispensing of bags, right? Dropping a bag in, squeezing the bag, and then dropping bag into a thing. I'm guessing they probably don't break that often, I would think. But yeah, that's the other problem. The other thing is the straw. Like, so they got a bendy straw here. Plastic straws are getting awfully hard to find, especially here in Jersey. Fewer and fewer places are offering the plastic straws. But they do have those compostable straws that are out there. I actually wonder how safe those are. Like, when I'm using them, I'm like, oh man, plastic isn't probably that great for your health, long term either. But who knows? I don't know anything about the compostable ones to say that that's any better for you, especially if you're like a straw chewer, like I can tend to be. We got 241 followers over on Facebook. Hey, there's our local 6ABC News there. I guess they went and did a interview with them. We're so excited. Back, I guess. Here you go. Good Day Philadelphia was over at their business, I guess today. Steve Keeley, what's up, Steve Keeley? Good to see him out getting to talk with local businesses, which is great. And how did I guess I missed this. I didn't get to see it this morning. And I guess was Steve Keeley in the studio? That's very rare he's ever in the studio. And, somebody who had a tattoo of Steve Keeley on their back, she came into the studio and they didn't even have him in the studio for that. To me, number one super fan. Anyway, 463 followers over on Instagram. Very cool. Quite a bit of engagement. I almost said insta-gagement over there. Man, is that a word? Maybe that should be a word. Anyway, I appreciate you watching to the end. Stuart, Peter, I would love to have you come on the show. Just drop a comment down below, like Christiana here, who says, I'm running out of reaction videos, Joe. What am I going to watch at lunchtime? Sad emoji. Please upload more soon. Tiana here, sending you good vibes from, that's the Nigerian flag. I don't know how to pronounce I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not even gonna try, but I do appreciate you watching. I'm trying to get I'm trying to set up a setup at the shop so that I'm able to like at lunch or whatever do some kind of video from there so I can get some more uploads during the week. It's been really hectic. I've been getting all these interviews in. I'm going to be gone, you know, kind of really out of it for about a week or so. So I'm going to try to get something done tomorrow because it's supposed to rain here in the Philly area. So hopefully I can knock out a handful of videos and get some uploads while I'm unable to do videos. But anyway, I appreciate you being a part of the super community in Nigeria and the rest of the world here. All super community coming together. Anyway, I'll see you in one of these two videos over here. Take care and go be super.